And CPAC officially kicked off on Wednesday, bringing together conservative activists on the shores of the Potomac, just south of Washington. One America's John Hines caught up with Matt Schlapp, the chairman of the American Conservative Union, which organizes the event each year.
Matt Schlapp, CPAC has finally come, and you are smiling. Talk about CPAC this year.
Well, really, it's an amazing year because this is the start of the presidential campaign. Many of us have been watching these Democratic contests and their debates. They had just another one recently, and the day the president is at CPAC this year is the day of the South Carolina primary. So you can really see this question uppermost in the mind of all conservatives. Who will President Trump be facing in November? I think by Saturday, we're going to have a clearer idea.
And also, one other theme I think you guys incorporate here at CPAC is something with regard to something called the coup. What was your inspiration for talking about the coup, in this case referring to the president?
Well, it's a great question because I actually think it's something that I stumbled across, not the term, people have been calling it the coup for the whole duration of the coup, but for me, I've done so much television and so much public communication about all the illegal activity on behalf of Team Obama and Team Clinton to try to stop Trump. How do you explain it? You say, well, stop Trump. That's quoting a text from Mr. Page. But really, at the end of the day, it was to affect the presidential campaign of 2016, the real collusion. Then, after the president wins the presidency, to try to somehow dishonor his victory or make him not the actual winner, discredit his win, and then to do everything possible to trip him up, to stop him, to get him caught in the barbed wire that the swamp loves to get Republicans caught in. How do you separate that out? The only way you can do that, John, is if you take it chapter by chapter. It starts in 2015, and it plays through today with all this ridiculousness about the Russians trying to impact our election again. They are not going to stop trying to kick this guy out of office until his term, his second term, is done. And that is something Republicans would never do in return. That's something conservatives would never do in return. It shows you that the Democrats cannot win on the issues. All they can do is try to, harm the reputation of Republicans, get them in legal trouble, and get them out of way, sideline them that way through a legal problem. They can't win the public policy debate.
For the first time ever, I understand CPAC is actually sold out this time. Talk about that. Why is that? Why is this perhaps a unique time in the conservative series of events here?
It's sold out in every conceivable way because we were able to jam in a lot more people into the room. I think you'll see when it's opened up. We've been creative in working with the local authorities to try to make that happen. But I really think the reason why CPAC is sold out is, number one, you have to give a lot of credit to the Trump presidency. He has lived up to the bet conservatives made on him. They didn't know him. He had never cast votes in public office before. They took a bet on him because their hunch was he'd be better than what these other standard Republicans would do. And not only were they right, they're overjoyed. They're the most happy people. Conservatives sometimes can be a little sarcastic and a little cynical. They're the happiest people in America because they've wanted to see these changes occur for decades, and they're actually seeing it in the Trump presidency. The second thing is the radicalization of our universities, of our high schools, even our grammar schools, has resulted in so many kids flooding to CPAC, so many students flooding to CPAC. I think that's one of the reasons why we are oversubscribed. Also, I think it's a market. There is a thirst for an answer to these fundamental problems in society, and I think more and more Americans are looking to the conservative movement to find those answers, which is a great, great thing.
Matt Schlapp, thank you for talking One American News. Good to catch up with you.
Yeah, good to see you again. Thank you for being at CPAC.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.